Beth tugged gently at the skin on her hand, and in an instant, it ripped open a hole. She curled her finger, and the veins and tendons pulled from beneath turned out to be strands of yarn. Next, she sank into the sofa and was swallowed whole by it. Turns out this house ate people. But just 3 days earlier, Beth had been a young girl who'd just moved in. Under the eager gaze of the previous tenant, an elderly woman, she'd signed the cheap lease. The old lady wasted no time grabbing her luggage and hightailing it out of there. Confused as Beth was, she was just glad to have a roof over her head. She started tidying up the place with great anticipation until weird things began to happen. The freshly painted white walls turned black in the blink of an eye. The fresh fruit on the table rotted instantly. Even the throw pillow she tossed in the trash popped up out of nowhere mid-flight. And no matter how hard she cleaned, the house would snap back to its original state. Worse yet, exhausted from her efforts, Beth woke up to find herself 30 years older. Spooked, she raced to the landlord to break the lease, only to be told she'd have to find a new tenant first. IT was clearly stated in the contract. Beth refused to give up. She went to a doctor, begging for a report proving the house's excessive formaldehyde levels had aged her, but the doctor didn't buy it. Instead, he referred her to a plastic surgery clinic. Desperate, Beth pulled out her passport to prove she was only 18, but when she opened it, the pages were covered in lace, obscuring everything. After several failed attempts to get help, Beth checked into a hotel as a last resort. But when she opened her eyes the next morning, she was an 80-year-old woman. She spat out a glob of phlegm, and a tooth came out with it. Terrified, she ran back to the landlord, who didn't bat an eye. The farther she ran, the faster she aged. This house hated being alone. Back in the room, Beth poured alcohol on the floor, ready to burn the damn house down. But as she struck a match, her legs gave out, and she coughed up a piece of yarn. Lucky for her, the landlord burst in just in time and pulled a length of lace longer than her leg out of her throat. Clearly, this house had a mind of its own. Going against it was suicide. Unable to bear watching Beth die of old age, the landlord told her to find a new tenant immediately. Beth tracked down her ex-boyfriend Xiao Shuai, but he already had a new girlfriend. Heartbroken and hopeless, she returned home, resigned to her fate. But then the house kindly brought her some food. Beth refused it. Of course, the house's kindness was a ruse. By the next day, Beth had passed the 100-year mark. Even more terrifying, her skin had become surprisingly fragile, as if it would tear at the slightest touch. When she realized her flesh and blood were mutating, fear finally got the better of her. She lured Xiao Shuai and his new girlfriend with a $200 monthly rent, a steal, or so they thought. They didn't hesitate to sign the lease. But at the last second, Beth had a change of heart, as she'd loved Xiao Shuai once. She couldn't do this to him. She chased him out of the house. Then she told the landlord never to find another tenant. She wanted to be the house's last stop. Finally, Beth sat down on the sofa and closed her eyes peacefully.